Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Snap Decisions. I am with Glazer from Snap Judgments. Glazer, how are you? It seems like we meet up for every patch. We haven't had one though in a little while that was any significance, card wise. But nice to have you on again.
It's a pleasure to be here. Have we now had a patch that has significance card wise? Because I think that,
Probably not.
yeah, I don't
That's
know.
very true. Unless you're a Thanos lover, in that case, maybe I guess maybe, but maybe not even so much. Um, but yeah, it's great to have you, man. Hope you're doing well. Always busy. This man is with so many. You had to have set a record last week for decks in one video, man. Yeah, it had to be.
It's definitely possible. I did two a day today as of recording, and I'm doing two a day as of release, I believe as well. Does it release tonight or tomorrow? I never remember. I'm sorry.
The one video I watched, I think it was the one from Lambie's tournament. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Amazing amount of decks on that show. That's crazy, man. You guys need to check him out. Obviously, if you're not, I am in the Patreon, of course, playing in Snap Judgments League. You need to check it out. If you're looking for decks to play, this is the guy to watch daily on his YouTube channel. And yeah, check it out. Snap Judgments. It's awesome. Having fun with the league too. I actually made it to the next round. I finished top 8. So I'm doing much better than I did last time. So we'll see.
Nice.
I'm playing my nemesis, JJ Rolk, who already beat the stuffing out of me once in this season. So we'll see.
I made the cut. And I'm sorry, I did not make the cut, but I did go 3-1, and then I just missed on strength of schedule.
Oh, okay.
So I did perfectly fine. I'm not sad about my performance, and then you can't control strength of schedule. It is what it is.
Absolutely. When is are you going to do? So I know the last time when you ran the one, you took like a little bit of time off, and then they had that other tournament in between. It's going to be the same schedule for this one too.
Our tournament in between might end up being an in-person tournament. We haven't actually gotten 100% all the way there yet.
Okay.
So we're working on it. We're working on something that goes that is not SnapCon, that is in conjunction with SnapCon. Not like at the same time, but yeah, it's happening.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, SnapCon that Felicity is doing. It's going to be big down in Florida. And I know a lot of people that I've heard a lot of people are going. That's going to be awesome. I love that. I hope she, however it gets funded, I hope somebody helps her out with it and it makes that a thing. Yeah, makes that a thing because I love that. And I've often said on the show, like it's kind of what I miss, like the face-to-face meeting of people and stuff like that when you play games like this. When I used to play Magic, we used to get together with friends and stuff every single weekend. We'd be, face-to-face with people. It's cool. It's cool meeting people that you only see on the other side of a screen or not even so much. So yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, we are here to talk about the patch as we do when we get together on a Tuesday, and whatever the patch was. It wasn't much. It was I think we've mentioned this too. It was a quality of life kind of thing, I guess, saying you had to kind of re-download all the assets because they're fixing a lot of things, which I made sure to do, and I think mine is still downloading all the assets. So there's that, and then really no card changes at all except for Thanos. Which you had mentioned, I think the last time you were with me, that you were probably expecting this to come via a patch because of all the changes. So what are your thoughts on the way they changed Thanos? Obviously all the stones more directed towards him, different stones drawing different cards, and all that kind of stuff. So what are your thoughts on the Thanos changes?
I ultimately am positive on them. I'm not like through the roof positive on them. I kind of wish they had changed Reality Stone specifically to be more Thanos centric, since I believe every other stone does something specifically for Thanos except this one.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think ultimately I'm satisfied with it. It's good against Professor X. Like I've seen people play against Professor X and just drop like a space stone, and then like I was in KX4N stream. KX4N was like, I guess I can't play Professor X this game because Thanos can just go in that lane. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold on this, but I think it's good. I think it's interesting. It's better than it was, but worse than it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This was confusing to me when I first read it, and I think it confused some other people too. I was watching some other creator streams that were talking about it. Like, it seems like and nothing can stop him from moving was a little vague, but then they clarified it in the notes that it said it has to be enabled moved.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be moved by like a ghost spider or by something like that, like a Doctor Strange.
Cloak, Doctor Strange, yeah, whatever. But like, what's really important is that he can be played anywhere.
Yeah, like the War Machine ability, right? He could just go any place into a Professor X lane or any other closed off lane. Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. I think I got my hopes up a little bit with it. I was hoping that I don't know. Probably what I was hoping for was just too overpowered, but I was kind of hoping that it's centric to him, which I'm okay with. But I was thinking that maybe we might see some kind of cool animation where he gets all the stones if they're all out in play and all just other stuff like that, or maybe some kind of a snap motion where maybe a card or two disappear. I don't know. I was probably hoping for too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right though. I mean, I've been playing it a little bit, and a bunch of the other people are probably just trying it out and such. But I have been getting they mentioned the Spider Ham thing. They are definitely going to have to look into that because I've seen a bunch of it out there today, probably in anticipation of this. And Ham just hits him every time, so you're stuck with a dead card, which is it's a 6/10 stuck in your hand, basically. So I do think they're going to probably have to look at that at some point in time.
If Thanos is good enough to look at that, maybe. If Thanos isn't any good or isn't going to see enough play, then it doesn't matter. Then people are putting Spider-Ham, and then people just start running Mobius, and we have that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
Yeah.
chases Spider-Ham out of the meta all the time. It's Mobius, right?
Very true. Yep. And I've had Mobius in the Thanos deck that I've been playing too. So, yeah, I mean, you can see the stones. I have them up on the screen. Of course, Reality Stone, like Glazer referred to. Nothing really, just to replace this location with a new one. I guess the only cool thing about this is this used to draw a card. It doesn't anymore. So maybe it's going to be, people are going to be more inclined now to hold on to this.
Oh, yeah. You definitely hold it.
Yeah, for later in the game, in case somebody plays a limbo and you want to get rid of that or something like that, and you just want to use it as an I-win card, I guess a little bit better for that. Yeah.
It sounds correct to me.
And then you go into Space Stone, obviously, on reveal, draw a card. So you're drawing with this ongoing. Nothing can stop you from playing or moving Thanos. That's what Glazer is just referring to. He can now be played into any lane. So just like a War Machine type move where you can just play him anywhere and not locked out of any kind of a lane like that at the end of the game. Next one, of course, is Time Stone. Give Thanos the -1 cost, so he can be a 5. To get all the stones out, he'd be a 5/20, which is pretty darn good. And draws a card as well. And then you have Mind Stone. Draw 2 stones from your deck. This is okay. Still the same cost, but it does thin out your deck. I know this though used to be a snap condition with Thanos.
It is again.
Yeah. Do you still think it is?
I mean, it's not as good as it was at its prime as a 1 cost, but it's significantly better than it was just drawing 1s. Hitting 2 stones when the stones have such great ability, like Thanos is a 5/10 is a great card. A 5, if you can get, you're looking for time and space. I think if you can get a 5/10 out that can just be played wherever, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, agreed.
And then you can blob, right? Like,
yep,
that seems nice.
Yep, I've had blob in the decks too. Yeah, a lot of people kind of forgot about. I saw somebody in a comment saying, "Now I kind of wish I bought blob." Like, yep, yep. And then, of course, the Power Stone ongoing. If you played all 6 stones, Thanos goes to +10 wherever he should be. Pretty much the same thing. Soul Stone's the big one that changed. No more -1 stuff going on. It basically draws a card, and Thanos can't be discarded or destroyed. So again, if you have Thanos out, can't be Shang-Chi'd, any of that kind of business, and also can't be discarded from your hand. So this one, I would imagine, for Thanos players is probably the most disappointing change, I would think, because it doesn't affect the location anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said makes perfect sense. I think that I really wish that stone, the which one is it again that makes it can't be discarded, destroyed? Soul. Thank you. My brain just turned off for a second.
Yeah.
It's on the screen. I just had to think.
Yeah.
My brain just looked at Soul Stone and went -1 because I have to get used to this. Yeah, so I wish that we didn't have that because Kaira is a card, and now it's like, did you know we also have Kaira? And it's like, yeah, thanks. You should probably be running Kaira if you're running Thanos, right? At this point, because you're trying to get a 6 out early. I guess you can avoid it, but like, if you're playing any card like Sasquatch or Blob or Red Hulk or whatever, you still want Kyra. I think that Kyra wants to be in these decks, and I'm not sure how I feel about Soulstone just being like, but more Kyra.
Yeah.
Kyra for one card. Like, I don't know. Soulstone, I think, is a bit of a miss. I think it's like the one I like the least.
Yeah. I would agree. I kind of liked it the way it used to be. It affected that location for you. It helped out in the early game and stuff like that. So yeah, I would agree with you there. I mean, we got more monetization stuff too. We got these fancy, I mean, more borders. It's kind of cool. I didn't buy any. It's like they're way too much money. They're 900 gold. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You can try it on in the little shop to make it see what it looks like. But,
all my borders are gold.
Yeah, right. They are. And you know what's fun? What's weird about these things, and I think Lauren pointed this out too. If your graphics aren't extremely high, and I don't play on a PC, I play on mobile. There are many times when I can't see any difference. Literally no difference in the borders from the other ones. So, but yeah, I wanted to ask you. So, overall, like when a patch like this comes out, and obviously the big thing for this patch 2 was series drops. So when something like this comes out, and again, not a lot of changes. I guess they're going to do most of the card changes now with OTAs. It kind of seems like from reading the devs' comments. I mean, what are your thoughts overall on this? Like mostly Thanos centric stuff that we're really not going to necessarily see because it's kind of behind the scenes and making the gameplay better. I mean, what overall? What are your thoughts on a patch like this?
If I was a game developer and I was updating my game, I'd want people to be excited and not disappointed. But what do I know?
Yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree. I think it's you only have so many of these, and it's like you kind of have to get people hyped up. I wanted to get your opinion too. So obviously that announcement came out last week about the IGN thing that's coming up this coming weekend. I wanted to hear your opinion on that and what you kind of think is going to go on there, because I'm at a point where if they come out and just say, well, this is this is United States League's launch, man, I think a lot of people are going to be unhappy. And even if they talk about, whether it's alliances or whatever they're calling them, clans, I still think people are going to be unhappy. I've heard some of the creators were saying that they got wind that this is going to be a new game mode. But yeah, I mean, what are you expecting from? Obviously, the last time we got them at a convention like that, it was PC launch, so that's pretty big. They had a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Where do you think they're going to go with that?
I think it has to be a game mode. I don't have any inside information. I promise you. I'm
not
giving you anything, but like I don't have anything. But like this has to be a game mode. I can't imagine this isn't the high stakes thing. It might be the high stakes things and leagues and clans. Like I would not be shocked if they like. It costs a lot of money to partner up with IGN this way.
Yeah.
So my working assumption is that they're not going to shit the bed. And that it's going to be a really big summer. And even if it's not like all of this coming next patch in July, I think it'll be like one in July, one in August, one in September, something like that.
Yeah. What is the high stake? What is that supposed to be?
I'm
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I don't even know what high stakes mode is going to be.
They data mined the words high stakes mode, and then people like sort of like ran with it. And we're like, we have thoughts. But it's all just made up. Like no one actually knows. I mean, maybe someone knows. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, it's whatever the hell they came up with.
Oh man, yeah. I think that I don't know. I think that we're due for some good news that maybe isn't necessarily monetary, because there's been a lot of that lately. So, what are your thoughts? Because I haven't spoken to you since. So obviously, we all heard from one of the bigger creators. Of course, Drew Berry came out with that video saying that he was done. Nothing bad about Snap whatsoever. He said he still loves the game and all that kind of stuff. Just felt like doing something a little bit different. So, I don't know if you know Drew Berry personally or you spoke to him. I never have, but what did you? I know a lot of people were they maybe read a little bit more into that than really what it was. They wanted to hear from him because they saw that little post on Reddit and he came out and did his video and all that kind of stuff. But like in your opinion, right? When somebody big like that's been doing content for the game for a long time leaves the game, what does that say anything to you other than hey, they just wanted to do something else?
Says he wasn't having fun with the game. But
yeah,
like cool. When you're not having fun with the game, you should definitely play a different game.
Yeah.
That just seems fairly. I don't know how to say this without sounding rude, and I'm trying. I don't want to, but like he didn't like the game anymore. That doesn't mean you can't like the game anymore. I can't like the game anymore. Anyone
Oh
can't
yeah.
like the game anymore,
Yeah.
right? But people
Yeah.
are acting like, well, if Drewberry quit, there's clearly a problem with the game, and
Yeah.
like I don't think that's true. I'm still enjoying myself. I played as much as I have in months last season. Um, I don't know. Like okay, so last month I climbed higher than I ever have on ladder.
Nice.
Um, and I had a really, really good time. Like I don't do I do that every season? No, sometimes the game feels stale, but partially because the leech meta was so different. It
Yeah.
did feel like there were 2 or 3 different metas. I think what keeps the game fresh for me personally, and that's not surprising since I make 10 bajillion decks, um, is motherfucker. Sorry, I'm still scrolling. Like, can someone please have a Athena deck that's not just Safety Blades deck? I'm like scrolling everywhere. It's literally like it's Safety Blades deck or it's KM's deck, which is Safety
Oh
Blades
man.
deck, but now with Sasquatch.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
that's the only 2 decks I'm finding for this goddamn card.
No,
And
brother.
I guess I'll just feature Slayer Blade if I have to tomorrow morning. But like I'd really rather do like literally almost anything else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
That's okay.
So I played a lot last season. I finished at rank like 330,
Nice.
global.
That's
So
awesome.
like as long as the meta changes, I'm capable of having a good time. That's part of why I show so many decks, and part of why I am very frustrated with Athena right now. Her best home is pretty freaking clearly Slayer Blade. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, I, you have to figure out what makes the game fun for you. I know
True.
what makes the game fun for me. I know what makes the game. I know that there's always something to do. Um, look, it's this is my guesstimate, but about 10% of the players hit infinite. If you don't hit infinite, the game is like naturally interesting because you have this one immediate goal. If you do hit infinite, I think that 10% of players could use more to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think and I've been talking about it too. I was on another show last week mentioning it, and I had a blast playing it. You featured the deck. I had seen it a little bit before. I saw it before it was on your channel, but it's the Louis 19 deck with all the 6 cost
Mm-hmm.
cards in it. Oh my god, 419 Louis 419. I had so much fun with that deck. That was the most fun I've had playing this game in forever because the deck is so you look at that and think to yourself, there is no way this wins with this amount of cards in here. You cannot pop. And then I find I'm winning lanes with Ultron when I
Yep.
shouldn't be. And oh, that deck was so much fun. I showed it to Gunny T, and Gunny T messaged me and goes, I got to the top 1,000 now with this deck. He
Yeah.
said I've been playing it now too. So you're 100% right with that. It's like everybody finds, video games, obviously, whatever kind they are, whatever kind you like, they're an outlet. And if you aren't having fun doing it, then, and I always say, man, look for another outlet. There's got to be something else out there that you're probably going to like. So, if it's something you're not really having fun doing, well, then, and that could have simply been what it was with him. And it got made into just a huge deal because of who he is. But yeah, no, you're right. Everybody has their kind of their own thing and their own goals with this game, and and where you want to be. I was trying my best to get to 80 today because I was sitting at 76 or something like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to get to 80. Well, by the time I got done recording my podcast earlier, I ended up going right on afterwards. There were 20 minutes left, and I'm at 78. And I'm playing. Of course, the people I'm playing are going very, very slow. I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. I missed it by 1. I got to
Oh.
79 instead of 80.
And look, I'm 78. I played for
Yeah.
a solid hour.
Yeah.
So I'm an idiot though. So I'm playing on my computer, and the untapped tracker tells you when something is bot, and it's clearly bugged right now and thinks absolutely everyone is a bot.
Everyone's no.
And I kept playing against real people like I thought they were bots, and I lost a lot of games of Marvel Snap. Like a lot of games of Marvel Snap by literally just by assuming that the real people were the bots. Oops. I mean,
It's so.
oh well.
It's, yeah.
I was like, this play beats a bot, and then they beat me. I'm like, huh, that's a smart bot, and that happened literally for an hour before I was like, these aren't bots anymore.
They're not bots.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Oh man, it's yeah, I started to, I don't know what it is, like certain the bots now, and I've seen a bunch already today, but I'm low now starting over. So but they like to play destroy decks now, I've noticed. They'll play the Bucky Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
they'll
And
play
then
all and they play it all in one lane, and they don't ever destroy the Bucky, he just sits there.
yep.
So yeah, you can kind of recognize them obviously, but yeah, it's funny because they used to not, they weren't really themed, but when you always can tell too, when they do destroy a card and Angel comes flying in there, you're like,
Yeah.
yep, it's a bot.
Yep. So, yep. I mean, ultimately, you are completely correct. I was just a moron. And like, these are clearly not bots, and like I just didn't notice.
I didn't know they had a bot tracker on that. That's actually kind of cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty neat.
I
That's got
mean,
to help
it
you out
would
a little
be
bit.
if it like worked.
If it was good.
So like, it's
Yeah.
possible that's a good thing, but yeah,
In that particular case, not so much. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, yeah. It's, I wanted to, so you've now, you have, you made Infinite every single month for the last few months?
I've made Infinite ever since I started playing the global launch. It was
Okay.
and I made Infinite. I didn't make Infinite the first season. I made every Infinite every season thereafter.
Every time after.
Mhm.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, just out of curiosity, again, from someone who has never made it. Um, what do you like? I guess maybe my question to you is like, how much time do you get to play? Because I'm curious, like, about the time it takes. Because I saw there was a streamer doing a stream, one of those things where they're going to go until they hit infinite, right? They're starting at, and you start where, 70, right?
70.
70. So they're going to go from 70 to till they hit infinite playing, and it took them like, they were playing over 10 hours
Mhm.
straight through, and I'm like, wow, like that's a, and then I think to myself, man, is that, so does that sound about right, like playtime,
I
like
don't.
similar for you? Like, I know you probably never timed yourself, but
I have absolutely no idea.
yeah.
I traditionally hit Infinite by the end of the first weekend. I hit Infinite on Thursday last season. I usually ignore the hot location because I think hot locations are stupid.
Yeah,
And I
me
was
too.
like, I hit Infinite every season. What am I avoiding this for? So I just played on it, and I hit Infinite like the second it ended with whatever the hell deck I was playing.
Gotcha. Hot locations. Oh, we need to talk about that because man, oh man, when I saw that stupid Cancun location, was I mad? I
I
was
didn't
like,
play.
this is so ridiculous. Yeah, it's like they're chasing people away. Like when they come out, you're like, I'm not playing this. And then on top of it, I found people that were manipulating it by using Legion. So then
Yeah,
they're legioning the whole
and
board.
Quake and all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're playing a Scarlet Witch to win the game at the very end of the game in that one lane that comes back that counts. But oh my gosh, what would your suggest, like if you had the ability to do so, what would your suggestion be? Just get rid of them altogether,
I
or
mean, I think once a week is fine.
yeah, I
Like, I
agree.
just like I don't. We don't need it twice, but like, okay, so we don't need it once, but they seem to like it. We certainly don't need it twice. But it's worth noting that while like the engaged community hates them, if they were really seeing bad stats for them, they'd probably get rid of them.
Yeah, that's probably true. I've kind of gotten mixed reactions. I put it out on my X, and I think I even ran a poll out there, and it wasn't that far away. It was like 55-45 or something like that. So yeah, a lot of people I guess do enjoy them. You know, they take advantage of it. The people who said that they did, some of them told me, well, they enjoy making decks specifically for that particular location.
Well,
So I was saying, they have them, what? Usually is it first and last week of the month that they do them?
uh, it's ev- it's every Wednesday into Thursday and Saturday into Sunday.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I was going to say maybe just the timing of it. Like instead of having it, if you're doing
Right
them,
after the new card is a very annoying time.
it really is. I was thinking that, like, that's annoying. And then the fact that, people like yourself and a lot of other people that are playing to try to hit infinite in that first like weekend or
I don't
3 days
I
or
don't try
whatever.
to hit infinite my first few
Well,
days.
then you may, yeah, yeah.
Like it's that's just when I so the first couple of days of the patch I played very very little because I
Okay.
have like 10 million videos to make.
Yep.
Once the patch is out for a while, I can start to play more.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, but I agree. I think that I would rather see them, and I don't know, they kind of disappeared, those what are they called, unbalanced patches or whatever that they are. I'd rather they do those. I
Yeah,
enjoyed those way
but
better than,
those are harder to balance,
yeah,
awkwardly
that's
enough, right? Like if you want to make an imbalance patch, like you have to balance your game. It's just harder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I guess there's not bad, probably a lot more work that has to go into it to change all those cards and
Right.
everything like that
Well,
too.
and if
Yeah.
you get one number wrong, the entire game is broken while that happens.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, being a comic book guy, I have to ask you. I was talking to Adam Snaplawyer last night. We were talking all about the Eternals. So, what you've seen Eternals, I assume, right? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, but it's the most unmemorable thing. Like, ask me a thing about it. I remember there's a sentinel head in the ocean,
Yep, me too.
and Angelina Jolie was in it, and that's more or
Yes.
less what I got. Like,
Yeah.
it was fine, just ridiculously unmemorable.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I was wondering when we were talking about it yesterday, I was thinking to myself, I think number one, I don't know how many people have read the Kirby stuff that they were early 70s, like
Yeah,
75,
they're
76.
not good.
Yeah. Yeah. And then not to mention that, but like that came out at a really bad time. That was around COVID, if I'm not mistaken, like right in around the time of COVID, or maybe right after, where people weren't even really going to theaters and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree with you. I did see it. I don't know. I often say that I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. It really didn't necessarily compel me to want to do that. So, but anyway, what cards are you like looking for? Are there any cards from this month that you're really, really looking forward to? I mean, for me, it's RSM, just because I think it's just going to be a lot of fun to play.
I'm a Fastos fan. I love Fastos.
Nice.
So I think Fastos is going to be ridiculously fun. I don't know what else to say except that, like, if I can do that into Absorbing Man, I feel like I'm a win. If I can do that into Absorbing Man into Sarah or into Magic, like, I like it. I'm gonna do that. So I'm excited to do exactly that and try and win some games of Marvel Snap by doing so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
I like Surfer a lot. I need to play more Surfer. I played a lot. I hit Infinite with Surfer 2 seasons ago.
Nice.
It's not like I never play Surfer, but yeah. I need to play more because I really enjoy it and I often forget it exists.
Yeah, I know you were talking about that on a video. I think someone
Mhm.
asked you in the questions, like, what decks were your favorite decks to play? I think that someone
Yeah,
asked you that
my
question.
second
So
favorite deck after Bounce. Yeah.
Bounce is it? Yeah, obviously your first. Were you playing Bounce with Sasquatch?
Yeah, I played it. That's what I used to. I was at like 520 and then I climbed to 330 with it
Okay,
this morning.
nice.
I used the Geo build because Geo's better at Snap than I am. So when he tells me to do something, I usually just go, okay, thank you. When am I fighting with Geo? Like,
Right?
yeah, it's just, like,
It's
which is ridiculous because I totally fight with Lambie.
do you really?
Yeah, like all the time. Lambie's like, you should do this. I'm like, shut up, Lambie. Yeah. I definitely should also listen to him, but I don't always.
Oh
So.
man. Yeah, he's been. Yeah, I listened to the show you had him on when you were doing that. Was a
Mhm.
big. You were doing a big countdown list, I think, of all the cards and stuff
Yep.
on that show, weren't you?
Yeah,
I didn't
he
get to
did.
listen to the whole thing. I listened to like half the show when I was going to work the
Well,
one day. I'm
Lambie
like,
left
man,
3/4 of the way through, so it's
did
fine.
he really?
Yeah, he was like, he had to, like, he had an appointment, and he was like, "We talk a lot." It's like, yeah, but it's okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get on out of here.
Oh man, it's great, man. It's pretty awesome that like through what you do, you've met so many like awesome people that you've gotten to know and to talk to, like all these people that are and you always say like these people are sending you decks and everything like that. That's
Mhm.
that's really awesome. Really really cool that you've had that relationship with a lot of people. So yeah, that's awesome. I actually love that. Yeah, Lambie seems cool. I've never talked to him personally, but he seems like a nice guy.
He is very kind.
Yeah, that's
Like,
awesome.
I'm a big Lambie fan, so
Yeah,
we get along very, very well.
that's cool. Yeah, I like it. So as far as the rest of this season goes, and then of course we have Deadpool season coming up. What are you kind of most looking forward to, like down the road? I know I have said that this season in particular, I mean, I know people are going to buy the season pass, and a lot of times they don't even necessarily look at the characters per se. They're looking
Mhm.
at numbers and what the cards do. So, get past that. But I was thinking that this might be a little bit of a hard sell for them because the movie really didn't do all that well.
Mhm.
And, a lot of people probably didn't see it. Of course, next month with Deadpool, it's going to be a different story, I think. Yeah, that comes out. I know everybody's hyped for that movie, and the season's going to be wrapped around it and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, as far as where Snap is headed and stuff, we talked about the possible announcement and stuff on the convention, the IGN thing. But what has you most excited about the game, like going forward?
I just want new cards and more patches. Like also, Young Avengers is one of my favorite comic runs ever.
Oh, that looks so good. The data mines for Hawkeye.
Those are not coming out the way they look. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to. My video tomorrow is like reviewing all those cards. I'm happy to talk about them if you want. But like
Yeah.
those cards cannot come out the way that the way they look at all. Like that's a problem. Like almost all of those cards. Sorry, 3 of those 5 cards are completely fucking problems. Like they can't make them. That's not good.
Did they get data mines? Are they out there now?
Oh yeah, they're out.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Check SnapFan. Let's look.
Oh man, I haven't
Can
seen
you do
them.
that live?
I can go. I probably can't pull it up on here, but I can.
Want me to read them to you?
Yeah, absolutely, because I haven't heard them.
I just closed my slideshow. All right,
Nah.
give me 1 second to figure out where I
Okay.
put that slideshow.
Yeah, no
What
problem.
Did
Take your
I
time.
called it data mines, patch and data mines. I think patch and data mines. There you go. Yeah, I was like, I recorded that. All right, I'm scrolling down. So, do you want to know? I mean, we'll start with the season pass card.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's Kate Bishop Hawkeye. She's a 2/3.
Yep.
She on reveal adds 2 arrows to your hand.
Okay.
So the only other, so we now have a card at 1, 2, and 3 that adds 2 cards to your hands. Want to know what Hawkeye's 2 do?
Yep.
There's 4, so you're getting a random 2 of the 4. 1 is Acid Arrow.
Yep.
1 -1 on reveal switch sides.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
1 -2. Excuse me. On reveal switch sides.
And it goes to the other side of the.
Yes, it's just like I pay 1, they get a free -2. Nice and easy.
Wow, man.
Hood with less work. Basic Arrow is Hawkeye. It is literally a 1/1. It is Hawkeye. If you play a card at this location next turn, +3 power.
Very nice. So it goes on your side and bonuses out. Okay. Okay.
Pim Arrow is a 1/1. That is old Ant-Man.
So I was wondering about that because Pim Particles, you would think of Ant-Man that it's going to grow the card. So is that what it does? Yeah, because the card power.
It becomes Ant-Man. It literally, you know what Ant-Man does. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Oh, where the hell? Okay, and then the last one is a Grappling Arrow, which is a 1/3 that move the next card you play to the Grappling Arrow's location.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a move card. Wow. Okay.
So
damn,
that's one of the best cards in Marvel Snap.
Yeah, that's really good.
Like it doesn't matter which 2 you get, right? Like Grapple Arrow is access to like killing locations.
Yep.
Pim Arrow is a free Ant-Man that you don't have to put in your deck. A free Hawkeye you don't have to put in your deck. The Acid Arrow clogs the opponent. And you get a 2/3 body, which is just a good body. That's insane. That's one of the best cards of the game. Goes in every Loki deck and probably most bounce decks.
Oh, no doubt. Yep, no doubt. Wow, that's crazy.
They don't get less crazy. With Kate comes Marvel Boy. Ready for Marvel Boy?
Yep.
3/3. After each turn, give 3 of your 1-cost cards +2 power.
Oh my God. 3 of them +2.
So if you have 1/1 that you play on 1, let's say you played Quicksilver, and then on 3 you play Marvel Boy, that's +3, 6, 3, 4, 6, 8 power. Turn 3, 2, turn 4, 4, 6, 8. Turn +8 power to that 3. And then you can do that to multiple ones. So if you have extra ones, great.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah,
that cannot be printed this way. It just can't.
No, you're right. There's no way.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Wiccan is a 4/5. On reveal, if you spent all of your energy this game, max +2 energy.
Yo, this what?
So, I mean, they finally figured out how to make Quicksilver and Domino matter, right? You just go Quicksilver, Domino,
right?
All 3. And then you have +2 max energy. Enjoy.
Wow, that's nuts. Hey, my Agatha deck might be nice with them. There you go.
I think this also might be a Thanos card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, no doubt.
Stone, this. Like you'll miss sometimes, but fine.
Yep.
It
Wow.
also comes
Yeah.
with the Kid Loki, so I'm very excited for that. The
Oh,
Al
really?
Ewing
Okay.
one, the Al Ewing one, not the Kieran Gillen one. I know that I should credit the artist, but I don't know who the artist is. So Al Ewing did the Agent of Loki thing.
Yep.
That
Yeah, I
that
remember.
Loki.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I want that. That'll be my main Loki once it comes out. All right, Speed is the last two are not as well. Okay, Speed is not as good at all, and then the last card is really cool. Speed is a 3/3 ongoing +1 power for each turn in which you spent all your energy. So he can be a 3/9, but it's really hard to guarantee you're spending all your energy every turn for the
Mm,
whole game. Because it's an ongoing, you're likely to miss one. Then once he's a 3/8, why am I not running Gladiator? Right?
yeah.
Like if all he's adding for me is stats, and then like although it is worth noting that the ongoing deck, the one that runs like Captain American stuff,
Yep.
basically uses all its energy every turn.
Yeah. 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 I was thinking when you were saying he soaks it, so it's almost like a deck to be playing with like energy soakers, like Sunspot. So I mean, you might want to
No,
maybe it goes like a high
I don't.
Evo
I
deck.
don't think that would count as spending all your energy.
Oh yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're not spending it; it's just getting
Yeah,
soaked.
that's true. You're soaking energy. You're technically not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Last one, and this one again is not getting printed just because like there's zero reason to ever put this in a deck. So it's a 6/11. It's Emperor Hulkling. At the start of the game, copy the text of a random 6 cost card.
Copy the text of a random six. Oh my gosh.
It's that's completely it's cool, but it's completely unplayable.
Copy the text of a random 6 cost card. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, yeah.
You don't have to play it, and it's at the start of the game, so I assume it tells you. But like, there's like 3 good hits in
Yeah.
sixes, unless I'm missing something. I'm gonna hit sixes quickly. Let me double check. But like on turn 6, you're happy if it hits Ultron, Doom. Sometimes you care if it hits Spectrum.
Yep.
Like Null is fine if you hit the right match, but like everything is so conditional that like I don't know, unless it like can read what to absorb, which would be broken.
Yep.
Like it's trying to hit 6. It can hit Agatha, which seems like it's probably bad.
Yeah, that would be very bad. I was thinking it would, for me, it would definitely hit Destroyer because every time I come
Yeah.
up with a
Well, you
random
don't have to
six, it
play
does.
the damn thing,
Yeah,
right? Like
that's
it tells
true.
you at the start of the
Yeah.
game. So
Just
like
get stuck in your hand. Now, I
like
wouldn't mind if it was a Galactus.
Alioth good, Galactus good,
Hmm.
Apocalypse useless, Zola potentially good, Blob fine, I guess. No, Death is not a 6. Hulk useless, Helicarrier useless, Hella sure, back up Hella if you get
Yep.
extraordinarily lucky, but odds are no. Giganto terrible, Heimdall fine, um, Leader very good, Magneto okay, Odin great. Usually, Onslaught, whatever, Orca, and then it is literally just Orca.
Yep.
Red Hulk would be good. Tribunal would be usually bad. Infinite would be extraordinarily frustrating. Thanos does nothing. Like She Hulk would be great. Sasquatch would be great. Like most of these are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Scar would be great
Yeah.
if you got lucky.
Yeah. It's similar to it. In that respect, it's a little bit similar to Valentina, I guess, in what she
Yeah,
pulls.
except Valentina is too cheaper, and you don't have to play it because it's generating it. It's not the card itself. Like
Yeah.
your downside for Valentina, outside of it hitting Agatha, is just you have a 2/3.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Wow. That's crazy.
Mhm.
No, you're right. They're going to probably change a lot of those cards.
Yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah, they sound a lot of them sound ridiculously powerful. I was wondering how they were going to work in the arrows. I didn't know because when you were reading about them, you were thinking like the one you were saying that gives the -1. Obviously, that's figuring that there was going to be something negative associated with that, but I didn't think that the arrow was going to go over to them. That's pretty sick.
yeah.
That's wow. That's going to be a lot of fun though. So she actually that now does it it's not so it's not like Nico, right? They're not random. It generates
It,
them all,
it
right?
generates 2 in your hand. There's
Two in your
4 and it
hand. Okay.
generates 2. You don't know which 2.
Okay. So it's going to be 2 random ones that it generates
Mhm.
in your hand. Okay. All right. That still sounds fun. Then she's a season pass, right?
Yeah, she's season pass. So she, Marvel Boy, and Wiccan seem nuts, and the other 2 seem whatever.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is fine because those are the 2 whatever characters, right?
Yeah.
Neither Hulkling nor Speed is nearly as interesting as Wiccan, Marvel Boy, or Kate.
Kate Bishop. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of cool. They just actually said that they're doing another Kate Bishop series, actually
Oh,
for
are
the
they?
MCU. Yeah. Yeah, they just announced it a few days ago. I think 2 or 3 days ago that they were saying they were doing another one. I enjoyed that. I actually
Me
like
too.
that
A
series.
lot. I
Yeah,
haven't liked a lot of them, but I really did enjoy that one.
yeah. Same here. Same here. So, well, that's cool. So that is what? That's August.
That's August.
The August set. Yeah, series. Okay. Yeah. Wonder if they're ever going to bring back Firestar.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. That card seemed like it might be a little broken.
Yeah, it's just a little. Yeah. Oh man, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I always forget that whenever the new season starts, they have the new data mines and stuff out there too. Did you see any cool variants and stuff or anything coming? Like
I
in
honestly didn't even really look at the variant. I just haven't had time. I can click that. Let me click over to
yeah,
variants and I'll tell
check
you
them
if
out.
there's anything else. There's a whole bunch of X-Men 97. Did you see?
Oh, I saw. Well, I got the Gambit now.
Well,
Unbeknownst to
yeah,
me, that was
me too.
why. But yeah,
That was such a all right. I get the controversy,
yeah.
but like I'm gonna be completely clear. No one bought that fucking bundle for the variant. You didn't spend $100 because you're like, that's the Gambit I want. Like,
No,
come on, calm
yeah,
down. Like they're giving you 1,200 gold back. Relax.
yeah. I wouldn't have even noticed, to be completely honest. I saw some chats about it. I had no idea, and then of course
Oh,
the Twitter blew up because I put it out there, and then I'm saying, well, you get 1,200 back, and people are like, well, that's not. You should get 99. I'm like, dude,
you
they
should
aren't
not.
giving you 99 bucks back, man.
That's stupid. All right,
Yeah,
return all the resources. Get your 99 bucks back.
yeah,
If you got a
yeah,
card with that, sorry, it's gone.
yeah,
Like no
yeah,
one wants to do that, right? Then calm down.
yeah. It's not gonna happen.
Did you see what the September theme is?
No, what is it?
Madame Web.
No kidding. They're doing a Madam Web. Wow. Okay.
Spoiled are Madame Web, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Scarlet Spider. Not with text, just the art.
Oh, Scarlet Spider's getting his own card, or is it
Oh
a
my god.
variant?
No, it's its own card.
Oh, that's
So is
awesome.
Symbiote Spider-Man.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know whether they were going to do that. I kind of thought maybe they would just make Scarlet Spider a variant of Spider-Man, but that's cool. You know, I watched that actually. I watched the movie. I didn't think it was
I
all
did
that.
too.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, you're wrong. That's fine.
It was.
It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Well, let me put it this way: it wasn't great. Sony Marvel
Yeah, it was in
movies.
fact atrocious.
It was.
It was the opposite of great. Yeah.
Sony stuff is usually just so ridiculous. I can't bring myself to believe
Ooh.
like why they do, and I shouldn't say all of it. Yeah, back in the day when they were coming out, the Tobey Maguire stuff and the Andrew Garfield stuff was okay. But now that they do all these Spider-Man things, like Morbius is a Spider-Man thing, Craven is a Spider-Man thing, and yet they have no sign of Spider-Man in any of these movies.
Well,
And
they're not trying to ruin the Spider-Man franchise.
yeah,
They might accidentally. So I
did
found
you ever?
quite a few variants I really like.
Oh man. So what else is there? So you have the Spider-Man ones, and what else?
That's that. The variants I like thus far. There is a Alexander Lozano. I don't know who that is, but Alexander Lozano Hulk, where he's like fighting the frame. That looks
Okay.
great. It's apparently a bundle.
Okay.
When does it release? No idea, but it's a bundle. There is a Hulkling that's very cool by Jen Bartel. I liked everything I've seen of Jen Bartel. There's an Iron Man, a Bronze Age Iron Man, which is Ramita Jr.
Oh, John Romita, no kidding.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
great. I'll be getting that.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
a Flaviano Havoc, and it's the X Factor Havoc with the jacket and the head combo.
Oh, nice.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
This is our X-Men 97 variants. No point talking about them. Yes, I will be buying them. Thank you. There's
Which
a cool
other
Marvel. There's
which
a
other
Marvel
ones
boy that I must have.
which other ones came out for 97? Which ones are showing?
Everyone basically,
Oh,
all the
okay.
X-Men: Magneto, Jubilee, Jean Grey, um, Beast, Cyclops, and obviously Gambit.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. I love
There is what is this? There's a Marvel boy. It's Chris Anka. That's amazing. I want that.
it. Nice.
That comes out on 8/7. I will be buying it. There's a cool new Negasonic. Morph is out. Psylocke is that looks like X-Men 97, but it's not, right? Yeah, it's not. It's just a super rare. Rogue, X-Men 97. Yeah, all
Yeah.
X-Men. There's a Sage, which is kind of ugly, but I could use the Sage variant, so I'll grab it.
Right.
Uh, There's the Amazing Spider-Man cover version of Spider-Man. It's not that cover, but it's based on it. And then there's a Spider Pig spoof of it, Spider Ham spoof of it. It's a Inkyuk Lee. Oh, it's a season pass, so you'll just get that one.
Oh
That
wow,
cool.
okay.
Oh, there's an X-Men 97 Sunspot, which is really nice. Sunspot variants are great.
Oh
Storm.
wow, that'll be awesome.
What else is here? That's horrifying. And that's it, more or less. Oh, and Wolverine, obviously.
Any of the actual Marvel comic group covers, like the actual comic book that
just that Iron Man,
just the Iron Man one.
But the Warlock one has a release date, which is like some of them got release dates. Is 8/24.
Okay.
So the Warlock comic cover will get has a release date. I'm scrolling for more release dates. The Black Panther one has a release date, 8/22. So apparently we're getting a comic cover bundle, I would assume.
That's awesome. I wonder if they'll actually make Adam Warlock playable in time for that card to come out.
No, seems very unlikely. I got the really great Adam Warlock variant today from, I don't know, some where or other. And I was like, oh, this would be so great if this was at all playable.
If the card was at all good.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. It's not likely, but it could be playable in an Arishem deck. If you can play it on turn 4, it's suddenly better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right, because it'll technically, it would actually work in that deck. So maybe once they decide to make mages somewhere down the road, they'll make Adam Warlock better.
I got the Jim Chung one.
Okay. I think
which just released, right? No, I didn't. I got Eduardo Francisco. Excuse me.
Okay. I have a bunch of Warlock variants. I have to look at them now because I'm gonna forget obviously what they are, but I have to look and see which ones I have.
I have a bunch of variants, period, but I do have a bunch of Warlock. I love Warlock's design. I like the colors, where they go together.
I have let me see here. I have the Ron Lim variant with the black lightning bolt. The Flaviano one, which looks amazing. Dan Hip, of course.
Flaviano, I'm pretty sure it's one I got. I have the Hip. I think I have the Alexi Burdell. I'm waiting for my game to load. It takes forever to load. I didn't download assets because my game is fine once it loads.
Yeah, it was so slow when I was downloading. I have Eduardo Francisco's Adam Warlock.
Yeah, me too. That's the one I really like.
That's the one. Yeah, that's a really nice one too.
Look, the Alex Horley Ultimate's great. I'm just not buying a fucking Ultimate of Adam Warlock.
No, I wouldn't either. Alexi Brilclot, I have his too. That? What's that?
Which one is that?
This one.
Oh yeah, I have that too. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm pulling my Warlocks. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out if more s'mores is worth it too tonight. All right, Adam. I have the Eduardo Francisco, the Brissolot, the Flaviano, and
Flaviano. Yeah, that
has 4 Warlock variants.
The Flaviano is gorgeous.
Yeah,
look, really nice card. Design. Yeah, really nice card. Yeah, I wish he was better. He's such a good guy. Somebody asked me. It was funny because I was talking about that. And someone asked me, they're like, was he in a Marvel movie? I'm like, yes. He was just in Guardians 3.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yes, but that was like.
He was like a baby Adam Warlock. He was like a kid, wasn't he?
It didn't feel anything like him. It was the character design without it being the character.
Yeah.
Meaningful way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, all the cool stuff coming out. You love to see it. And it's getting all these cards. That's I said it's what makes me excited about it. When I was talking with Adam last night, it's like we just go back and forth about comic books, and remembering stuff about when we were younger and reading all this stuff. What are you reading lately? You reading anything good?
Just some X-Men stuff. I started reading Exiles, and it's kind of boring, so I haven't read a whole ton of it.
Is it? Yeah.
It's a fine book. It's just not like, I don't know, great.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to spend time reading something, I usually want it to be great.
Yeah. I was thinking of checking it out because I've never read them either. I was even going to go back. Well, now I don't think I will now that you mentioned it, because I was thinking about going back, doing some researching and reading the Eternals books, but I'm like, if they're
just don't do that.
If they're bad, I'm not going to waste my time.
The Eternal, it's not good.
Yeah.
Fourth World, I think, is charming as hell. It's bad knockoff Fourth World.
Yeah. Didn't they did some newer ones I know too, didn't they? Like they were involved in some of like the newer crossovers, I think with the
Yeah. They,
was
they
there
were they were there. They certainly did exist in that crossover.
yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
interesting characters, so like they're not going to be interesting.
Yeah, they're kind of like all just generic
Human,
superheroes that all have the same powers or very
yeah.
similar powers.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're often better than Inhumans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You gonna go see Deadpool?
Yeah, I go see
Yeah.
all. I've seen. I mean, it doesn't count. I guess it counts as an MCU movie. I've still seen every MCU movie in theaters.
Have you? Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, me too. I've
Iron Man
I've
on.
I've gone to matinees now. I've started a buddy of mine was
Ooh.
like he starts telling me he's like I go during the day. I'm like why would you go? Because he goes first thing. He goes at like noon to the Cinemark. I'm like
Hmm.
why do you go so early? And then the one day I decided to do it, and I'm like wow this is kind of nice. There's no one in here. I
Hmm.
could sprawl out. I could sit in whatever row I want to sit and just enjoy the movie. So yeah, I have.
100%.
Yeah, I think I got my tickets. I think it's the 27th or something. I think I'm going to see Deadpool. So,
I haven't
but
bothered yet.
yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm glad there. It looks like they're turning a corner a little bit on, especially the hype over X-Men was just like through the roof, and I think people may have gotten a little bit of confidence back in the fact that they did so well with that, and now the things that are coming out, I'm excited for a lot of stuff that they're talking about. Obviously, Fantastic Four, I'm really excited about. I like the cast. And of course, Galactus is in it, the real one, and not a cloud. So I'm very hyped up for that. But yeah, I think they're gonna change some things. Daredevil too looks like it's gonna be really exciting. White Tigers in Daredevil, which is kind of neat. I saw somebody been from the back. They were showing like pictures from the set. And I saw somebody with a white mask and like black stripes, and I was wondering who that was. And then they were saying it's the old like the classic comic White Tiger, the one who wore like the
Oh,
all white
yeah.
bodysuit. And I'm like, wow, okay. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
have
I
thought they
guess
would
if
go
they
there for the.
must, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought they'd go there for like a Daredevil thing, but okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about where they're headed. I hope they're, they have a turnaround to make because they had, they weren't making a lot of the stuff that they were doing recently. A lot of the series and things like that weren't all that good. So, I've watched it all, but it wasn't all that great. So, awesome, man.
Sounds
Yeah.
correct to me. Yeah, I will continue to go to the movies because I enjoy the movies as
Me
much
too.
as anything else.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
Which is really just a showing our age, right? Like no one goes to the movies anymore.
That is very true. Yeah, everybody just sits home and watches stuff. Yeah, no, I know. I don't go as much as I used to. I have a Cinemark Club thing, and I have so many tickets accumulated. I think I have like 9 tickets that I could use now because I just haven't been going recently. But yeah, no, there's nothing like that. I mean, I grew up on drive-ins. My parents just take me to drive-ins all the time.
Nice. Yeah, those don't exist here really.
Yeah, no, well, they don't around here anymore either. But they were so much fun. I saw so many movies going to drive-ins and stuff as a kid. But the theaters are just tremendous. I mean, you can just go to a normal movie and the sizes of the screens and the sounds and all that kind of stuff. It's just still a great way to see a film. So awesome, very very cool. So, what have you got coming up? Obviously, I know you've got the video a day. You're doing all these decks and stuff like that. So, what have you got coming up as far as the next couple of days, and then of course the Snap Judgments League? I know that now. We're at the point where you're going on to the next part of the round. So, how exactly does that work? Like, will they be casting those, or is it still
So
depending upon who?
same
Yeah,
basic concept, and then we're casting either the top 4 or the top 8. We decided, but I don't really remember which.
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in love personally with running tournaments. I'm excited to do an in-person one, so that's coming up. I've got 2 video. When are you releasing this exactly?
This will be out in probably 40 minutes.
So I had 2 videos I released today. One
Nice.
35-minute one 40-minute one. I have 2 videos I'm releasing tomorrow. I'm still in the process of building the second one because I felt like I should probably test Gilgamesh a bit before I did a video on it.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the card. It's not terrible, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I should be back to normal. I've got to write an article ranking every upcoming Spotlight Cash.
Yes, that's right.
The August not all. Yeah, the August Spotlight caches have like Jeff and Iron Lad and Cannonball and Red Hulk and Blob and like Loki and Pixie. So like that like every card that you want in August. So that just spoiler. Like if you're limited in resources and you want to get a lot of new cards and you don't have a lot of those cards I just said, August is when you want to go.
I saw listings of like July and August look way better. Like this month's spotlight caches are just not great.
Yep.
And
there's just not good cards in them.
Yeah. I mean, there's some of the variants are kind of cool and all, but it's like, yeah, you probably want to hang on and wait for the July ones, and then of course the August ones, because it just looks like just better cards are coming in both of those months. So yeah, no doubt. Well, like I said, man, you are you are the hardest working man in Snap. I don't care what you say, and you could deny that all you want, but you definitely are. And man,
I do my best.
at least you got you're coming up on the end of your year there. So
I
that's
really
good.
need it. I need it so bad. I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
I know my wife's almost done too. She has until Friday, and then her year is done too. So
I'm jealous. I have like 3 weeks left.
Oh, do you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even close.
So you're just heading into that chaos time where all the testing happens and all that kind of stuff is going on for the end of the year. Oh,
correct. And I do my own specific testing. Yeah, it's not been fun,
dude.
It's genuinely like the opposite of fun.
I don't know how. God bless, man.
Look, it's just got to get done, right? Like you can't.
What are you gonna do? Awesome, sir. Well, I always appreciate you taking the time to stop by. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. And
Thank you, my friend.
yeah, it's great talking to you and chatting, obviously about Snap and other things and Marvel and all that kind of stuff too. It's always great having you. Make sure you check out Glazer. Of course, he has those videos out like every single day, multiple decks on there. Check it out. Check out his Patreon. Get on there. You want to be a part of that Snap Judgments League. It's so much fun. I can't stress that enough. I've met so many new people. Every single person I meet, I chat with usually after the game's over. We talk for 15, 20 minutes sometimes. People get back to me. Some people have been on my show from there. I can't say how great it is. And I absolutely love it. So get in on it. It's only $1 to do that. And listen, you can't even buy a soda for $1 today. So it's like,
true.
Yeah, it's sad but true. But yeah, get in on it, check it out. Make sure you check out Snap Judgments, and Glazer will be back with me the next time we have a patch somewhere down the road. Maybe we'll get a little more to talk about in the way of cards.
Hey, look, if this Saturday's announcement is real, invite me back. We can do that too.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, absolutely will. Yeah, if so, there you go. If a new
or
game
whatever day. I don't know if it's that.
Yeah.
If there's some cool,
Yeah, if a new game mode is announced or something on this IGN thing, then I'll have you back on for sure. Absolutely. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Snap Decisions. Please make sure, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you sub to the channel, like the video as well. It helps me out a lot. Leave me comments. I will always read them, answer them, and whatnot. If you're listening on audio, I love you guys. You know I do. And please go and rate the podcast. You can do that on Apple. You can do it on Spotify as well. Again, love reading all the comments and remarks. Even if it's something you don't like, that's okay too. That's how I learn. So do that as well. And hopefully I'll see you all on the next episode of Snap Decisions. Please stay safe. Be kind to one another always. And I'll see you very soon. This is your Snap DJ signing off.